Okay, hello. So I'm gonna go straight back into this. I just finished another one and it was 32 minutes, but here we are. So this is for you, Kunu. I have two replays. I'm gonna do the first one that you asked me to first. Hopefully this isn't too long-winded. I'm sorry, I get to pausing a lot. That guy's AFK. Alright. Alright, so I'm gonna start off by saying this. I personally don't like cheating on the kickoff. You're basically putting a lot of faith in a 50-50, and situations like this happen. With that said, there was no urgency from you to get back toward this ball. I would have been a lot more urgent. I would have even worked through the net, and you would have had a better angle to get this away. Instead, this is a touch that they can follow up. So get back way faster. And if you come in the net instead of kind of like, here, right away. The fly, yeah. So instead of like coming out here real slow and then turning and hitting it this way, drive fast, leave your ball cam, like you can even look behind you to see if anybody's following up. Come in here and then turn. So now you're hitting this way instead of hitting it here and allowing them to follow up. Think about going out. You should be the first one back regardless. Like you should know that you can get back before them, so you have the ability to do something like this. But by taking as much time as you have and getting kind of a bad angle, this is a really easy follow-up. So anyway, yeah, he doesn't have any boost to your right, and you can hear him flipping away. The other guy wasn't nowhere to be found because he was AFK, and you could see that on the kickoff. Yeah, take your time here. But again, do it with a sense of urgency. So like, you know you have advantage, but like, get into a better position to hit the ball in a way that isn't going to be scoreable. Anyway, yeah, that was a lot of explanation for 10 seconds, I'm sorry. Okay, let's see. There's a weird touch, but we take it. Okay, so now you're in a 2v1. Okay, not bad, decent patience. Perfect, yeah. Stay. Yeah, I have nothing else to say. Oh, that was good. I like this car design too. I don't know what those wheels are. Okay. Almost. Yeah, that was a close one. You might have been able to get a little more angle on that, but yeah, no, he was right there. Good patience. I would be a little closer to that ball. So what I'm noticing so far is that you seem very like relaxed in what you're doing. By staying all the way back here, like you're not pressuring the ball at all. You know Cowboy is doing nothing. He's flailing through the air. Just by being closer to that ball, you're forcing Invisible Beast's hand. Now he has all the time in the world, and you end up hitting it right back into him, so it's fine. Like, it works. Did they just... Oh my gosh, okay. But, like, here's what I'm saying. So, if you were closer to the play, not so dangerously close that he can chip it over you easily, but close enough that he's not going to be able to take his time, like, he waited you out here. He knew, like, oh, he's not going to challenge, he's not going to challenge, now he's challenging, now I hit. He hits it directly into you, and it doesn't get any height, so he screwed up. But if he chipped that high, or literally played that to the left, it would have been worse. And then this guy feeds, hopefully live on his Twitch. Oh my gosh, that is a profile picture. Okay, so cheating on the 50 again. I don't love it personally, but again, that's just not my playstyle, so I won't do too much there. Alright, so this one. I think you're going for a flashy play. There's a time and a place to use mechanics. Invisible Beast is facing the other direction on the wall. You have no reason to play this out mid yet. In doing so, and I mean, I get it, like, you know, I like going for stuff too, but in that situation, it wasn't necessary. Not to mention that was like a full field air dribble. Just keep it on the wall until you see him commit and then play it out. So I think you could have like dove on that a little sooner. This hesitancy here is basically giving Invisible Beast the time that he so desperately wants with this air dribble. Because your teammate is waiting on you to challenge before he can do anything. And if you wait too long, then both of you are going to be trying to challenge at the same time. So I would try to read this ball sooner to alleviate some of the pressure that your teammate's probably just experiencing, just like sitting here. If Cowboy got a good touch, that would have been a little problematic. So yeah, I just try to dive on that a little sooner. Decent touch. Yeah, I don't love staying on this one. So I think here, make decent contact. Go take that mid and get out. You got two guys back, you have low boost. Your car's facing a pretty problematic direction. You're also not going supersonic here. So I think you just need to speed up. Get back faster. If Cowboy Juice took a good shot and like near post, you might not be able to get back to that. You can put on the brakes whenever you get there, but I think kind of moving around the field a little bit faster and being more active in the play is going to be good for you. Alright, so how do we have to run into this? Yeah, that's probably just a little bit of a misread. I mean, that was kind of tough because he had one of those ugly touches where he's not making multiple, he just kind of gets one late delayed touch that has like a lot of force. But at least you went for the challenge a little sooner. Okay. So this was a little... You're pretty far back here. And then Cowboy takes a shot. You know he's not going to be able to follow this. Just wait on him. By driving up continuously here, you're going to make this a much harder play for you to get like good offense off of. Because now it's like way over you. You end up getting it around him. But I guess my point is, if you had stayed back a little more here, when he touches it like that, you stop right there. That goes out mid, that's a shot. You bang that on net, that's in. By driving up and continuing to kind of progress when you know the ball is already coming towards you and you should have this guy beat, you kind of took a good opportunity and made it a not so great opportunity because your teammate's up as well. So Run Doughboy is out of position, he's near their net. And now you're kind of taking a 50 instead of taking a shot where you definitely had Cowboy Lips beat. So in this situation, staying back is going to be a lot better, which I know is funny because I also just said like, oh, you need to be more forward. When you know they're hitting the ball towards you, you can be a little patient and let them hit it towards you and get the free shot. If they're not doing anything, then get closer to the place so they do something. But once he's already committed, then you can take advantage of that. Alright. Yeah, so that's another one where you're just kind of hesitating. Like, you have mechanics. I know you can go for something here. And it doesn't have to be anything. I mean, you just make contact. And it's going to screw this guy up. Right here, jump. You know. Or at least see what he's doing. But by leaving ball cam on and just kind of waiting, you're kind of assuming that the opponents are not going to attempt making contact. If you had like ball cam off so you could at least watch what the opponents were doing, you could read it a little better. Alright, so here's what I'm going to show this as an example. You're back here. You're behind the midpoint line. Not really doing much, not doing much. The ball's not moving at all. The teammates, the opponents are just standing there. Watch what happens when you get close. He panics. He hits this ball straight up. Like, if you were, just by being in the play, they're making mistakes because there's pressure. So I think, yeah, I think you're going to soar. Everything else I've seen from you is really good. Like, your touches seem strong. You're pretty good on mechanics. I just think you need to like threaten people with your presence a little more, honestly. I think that'll do really well. Yeah, good shadow defense. You know, you're not diving on the ball as last man. I like that. It's a long bang. There's hesitancy though. You're not boosting, you're not jumping. You know, like this ball's got to be in. Just commit. Like right here, jump and boost, and that's a save. But you waited. Even though he wasn't in the air at this point, like you could have jumped a lot before him. And even still, technically you're closer to this ball. You're closer to where the ball is going. Even though he's behind you, don't think that you have to read his touch because you still have him beat. I don't think he faked it. I think he genuinely tried to get a touch and just probably missed. But yeah, I mean, be a little more confident in yourself. There's a good thing about like playing off of your opponents and waiting for them to make mistakes. That's kind of how I play. But you have to create the opportunity for your opponents to have mistakes by being present in the play and pressuring and fake challenging and like making them do stuff. And then you learn how to take advantage of that, and that's an easy way to rank up, especially when you have good mechanics. But yeah, you're the... Oh. So you're the third champ one I've replayed. You definitely have the best mechanics. So there's a lot of potential. And I think this is just another situation where there was some hesitation, which allowed Cowboy to jump up. Again, just be a little more sure in yourself, but watch what they're doing too. So you know they're going to challenge, you know they're going to commit. Like, don't dive on it. If they're not committing, you'll beat them. Like, you have the ability to do so, and you have the mechanics to do so. Have faith in yourself. Okay, so right here, Doughboy is full hard committed. Invisible Beast is rotating perfectly back post. Cowboy's about to try challenging this ball. You're diving in as last man, and that's just not what you want to do. So fake challenge this. Instead of like, there's really nothing good that can come out of this play. The chance of you getting some ridiculously lucky pinch here that goes straight in the net is slim enough as is. But even if that happens, Invisible Beast is there to save this ball. So don't dive on this. Just let possession be given away. It's 4-4. You really can't afford to get scored on right here. But by diving on this ball, you're throwing the entire team, the entire game basically, because it's tied up with 56 on the clock, behind 150-50. Which looks like you lose, and he whiffs the ball, so far it's okay. It ended up working out, but I would just fake challenge and start shadow defending until you can get to a point where your teammate can follow back up. Doughboy, I don't know if he thought that was going to be a pass, but I mean, however it went. He's panicking, he's got nothing here. And right here, I don't think you needed to do this either. You know he's going for boost. Make this a very soft touch. Like a touch that you barely move the ball at all is actually going to be better than what you did here. So by hitting it up and out, you're basically just giving this ball back away. When you know that the Twitch TV guy here is not going to challenge this ball, or you know that he's not in a position that he's going to be able to do anything, like he's turned away, he's going for the boost. And he keeps going, no less. But make it a softer touch that you can easily follow up instead of kind of a hard touch that's into the opponents. He whiffs hard. I like playing it into the side for the boost, that's perfect. Alright, so right here. I guess you're just waiting on him. I don't know. Or maybe that was just frustration that he wasn't there. But, I mean, look, everybody has the same teammates. Like, you know, should he have been closer to it? Maybe. But at the same time, like, you know, you get what you get, and it's going to be the same for every person in this lobby. Like, everybody's solo queuing here, so it's not like it's a big Big deal. Just, yeah, try to stay active in that way. Okay, so if he whiffs. So that's a tough one. I would say it's still better. Is that the goal? Wow. Okay. Yeah, right here. It's risky to go for this. Again, this is putting the entire game on one challenge that you're assuming you're going to win, because like Doughboy is not in position. So this is not a shot you should really be going for. Unless you know you beat Cowboy, unless you are 100% certain that you beat him and get a good shot on the net with this, I would not take this shot. Turn left, boost straight back to your own net. And then you might have been able to, and that was a lucky touch. Like, not a chance he meant to do that. But the point remains. I think prioritize not getting scored on, even though it's like, it's probably desperation at some point. Like, dude, I'm sick of having to deal with this guy. I just want to put one. No, wait, no. Anyway, yeah, like, if that's the only one I'm watching. I like the mechanics. I like a lot here. I think you just be more present. Like, you got it. Okay, yeah, I like letting him go for that too. This guy gets a dumb touch. I don't hate this part. So this is a situation though, so I want to make a point. Alright. Lord's Valkyrie is now officially out of this play. Look, this guy's in the air. He's falling back. This is your ball. Creamy Nut is... Oh my god. Creamy Nut's in the corner. If he's smart, if Cream is like not a complete brick, he's not going to go for this ball. You have him so beat. By hitting it into the corner, you have no offense now, though. What I would do is instead hard chip this ball left. Make it pop high right above the net. Now he is having to make a save, like again, and not a shot per se. Chip this hard left and start a dribble, or get a high pop that you can get multiple touches on in the air, or like wait on him to commit and then follow it up. Like, by doing this, it kind of killed the play, and it's in the corner, and there's really nothing you can do from the corner. He ends up getting a bump. Looks like they double commit, but at this point, all right. I mean, yeah, you can almost. I don't hate you staying in the play there. I think you did realize that you had both of those guys beat, and so it was not a bad call. But we'll keep watching. Okay, so again, efficacy is in their corner. And you know the other guy's in the net. Going for this ball right now, and even efficacy turned back in, which I don't necessarily disagree with, because technically he was closer to this ball, so it's easier for him to go back for it. But this is a pretty big double commit, and you as last man, technically. I think at least in C1, you know, maybe in a higher lobby, efficacy would leave, but I can't even put faith in that. Because some people are just aggressive players, and you got to kind of watch what your teammate's going to do before you hard commit with 30 seconds in. So again, as last man, you're diving on this. Looks like Nutty Boy has both of you beat, really. He whiffs. Okay. I like the idea. That's kind of what I was talking about. A high pop. It's not as high as it could be. I think if you hadn't flipped, it might have went a little better, because now by flipping here, yeah, don't flip, just jump. You'll be able to follow that up way easy. By flipping, you're pushing yourself forward and making it harder to get that follow-up touch. Okay, he whiffs. Again, technically here, you're last man. If you can get this ball high and then get back to your net, then that's okay. And that could be mechanical, or just like a mechanical problem. But I still think prioritizing defense in that situation is going to do you better. I like that. I don't like that. Efficacy gets, okay, no problem. Alright, so here, stay on this ball. going in this net, there is not a thing. Like, you cannot save a single ball that is coming this way. Like, the whole principle, I don't mean for this to sound mean. That's definitely not what I'm trying to, I've lost okay, yeah. And the whole principle is to sit here so you can watch everything that will come from this direction. When you are in this position, you can only see or save what's coming this way, and everything to the right of you is kind of a mystery. By being here and facing this way, there's really no point in you even being in the net. And you know that he's rotating. Or like, I guess you don't know. You never know. But you have to assume. You have to assume he's rotating. The best thing you can do is pressure this ball, get this ball away from Nutty, because there's not a threat while the ball is in the corner. Again, there's not anything they can really do. But if you let him pass this out, it's absolutely a threat. So yeah, yeah. And again, like, even though if you had turned on this, he still could have hit it exactly how he did. The only difference is efficacy is really waiting on you. If he goes, he's going to potentially double commit. So his job is not to dive on the ball when you're in front of him in rotation. His job is to wait on you to go, so he has an easier follow-up. So it's a weird position to be in, but yeah, no, if you're up, like if you're first man in this situation, go as first man. Even if it's not, like, you'd be surprised, even if he got the exact same pass, it's actually more likely that efficacy could save it because he knows it's his turn to go. I like the boost deal. I would get back as fast as you can now. Yep. Back post. Sorta. That's not the best back post rotation, but there's not a lot of pressure, so it's okay. Let's see. Nice beat. Should be a... Fine, he's there. Okay. Go for a chip here. By flipping into this ball, it's going to stay grounded. Just don't even like jump. You can literally stay grounded and just chip this left. Valkyrie's now in a state of panic because this ball is no longer going into the corner. It's chipped up to the left. But yeah, playing it low there. It was kind of straight at him. But again, it's alright. Okay, that's alright. Just a little bit too close to the play there. I don't hate that either. You're patient. I like that. There, that just needed a little more power. But, I mean, if you were trying to get it to Valk or efficacy, that's one thing. Get some water. Okay, nice. Oh. Okay, I don't know what's going on here. This could be a sportsmanship thing, and if that's the case, then I'm just an asshole, and I'm sorry. This is ranked, though. He didn't go for boost. Homeboy's in the net alone. Take the dribble. You know he's not going to go for it. Just take the dribble. You don't even have to like put it on top of your car. You can just chip left, chip right, that kind of thing. But that's, and if that's what you're doing, then hey, I respect it. I don't do that in ranked. But if they ask explicitly like, hey dude, my cat just caught on fire. I gotta take like 10 seconds to put him out again. And okay. But like, if he just isn't playing, it's not my problem. Not to mention this is solo queue. And efficacy's on console, so he couldn't even see what they were saying anyway. I don't know, it doesn't matter. Ooh, tough shot. Alright, so, sorry, I'm like not paying too much attention. Alright, so your first man, Buddy's coming back in. Yeah, you might turn around there again. I guess technically, because your buddy got demoed, you're gonna be last man for a moment. That was a pretty good shot. full field with power, but oh, nice shot. I like that. I also like that guy's car. Alright, so you're doubled up here though. You know Efficacy's going for this ball. He's on the wall, he's facing it. Like, even if he were to rotate back, it's going to be hard for him to come down from the wall so easily. By going for this boost, there's no problem with going for this boost. The problem exists when you turn back into the play instead of kind of like preparing for what happens if Efficacy misses this. And that's fine. So right here is okay. Like, Efficacy is in a good enough place. He's rotating, I guess, what he thinks is going to be back post. So by going here, it's okay, because now Creamy is forced to do something. Even if you don't make great contact here, hopefully Efficacy is in a position where he can follow up now. And yeah, Lord's Valkyrie is nowhere to be seen. That's not bad. That's right. Here, though, Lords is leaving the play. He flipped. Creamy is out of the play. He's flipping toward the other side. He wanted that boost. Take your time. You have a lot of options. And even if you don't have a lot, I mean, you got 18 boost. You could be doing better, but at the same time, by hitting this away, you've just kind of given away possession. It's almost a pretty good shot from him. So here, I would say watch your opponent more than you're watching the ball. I would assume you got your eyes on the ball here. You're not looking at Lord's Valkyrie, who stayed on the wall, so he already has kind of a height advantage. And you're kind of assuming that he's not going to make contact. And you're putting a lot of faith in Efficacy. So this is kind of another one of those like last man situations. Unfortunately, I keep beating that dead horse, but in that situation, just prioritize defense. Or go for that ball sooner, because you know, if you had him beat, then it's one thing, but watch what they are doing and where they're at. Okay, so that's alright. I mean, just a little hesitancy again. I think, again, you're kind of in front of the net. You want to be more in the net than this, because you're not necessarily guarding the net. So if you're more to the left, more back even, that's an easier save. But now, instead of like flying more directly at it, you're flying to the left and up. It's not like a super big change, but you'd be surprised by how much easier it just makes general saves when you do that. So again, try to be more in the net. You don't want that gap between you and the bar. And that could have made a difference, but that's all good. I like the patience. Efficacy, if he jumped a little sooner, I like that play a little more, but that's okay. Double demo. Rather than put on the brakes, let the ball come to you and kind of start a dribble from the side, if that makes sense. Backflipping kind of kills your momentum and almost gives the ball back to him. Solid idea with the demo. Alright, yeah, close game. I think that one you're a little more present, a little more forward and bold. Yeah, no, I think you have good mechanics. I think you kind of have the right idea. I think if I'm looking at the first game only, then yeah, just be more in the play, apply more pressure, be more in their face in a responsible way, I guess. So, no, I think you have at least the mechanic side of things down. I think you just got to kind of hammer out the rest of it. Because people don't really understand how much just being present uh, on offense does, because people realize when there's a threat and when there's not a threat. And if they think you're a looming threat, then they're not going to be able to keep their cool and they're not going to be able to make good decisions. And it really opens up a lot in the game just being there. And that's the same thing in 1v1s. If you're just in the play, then it's a lot harder for your opponents to get anything going. And I think if you're in the play, if you keep up with the mechanics, then you'll have no problem um, taking opportunities and scoring from them. Anyway, yeah, I hope that didn't come off too like abrasive. I liked what I see. I just think that there's a couple small things you can tweak that will help out quite a bit. But anyway, this is now a 30-minute video again. So, buddy, I am sorry. I will stop recording this and try getting this uploaded. If you have any other questions, let me know. Again, I kind of have more of a passive play style anyway. So that's kind of why I'm commenting on those things. But no, I mean, everybody has their own way of playing, and that's just mine. But anyway, yeah, dude, thanks. Thanks for letting me do this. And if you have any other questions or you think I was like an ass or anything, let me know. I don't mean to come off that way. But yeah, thanks, dude.